welcome everybody to the Sustainable Innovation 2016 conference focused on circular economy innovation, and thanks for making it from around the world. And I'd firstly like to sort of thank various supporters. So our host organisation, University of Creative Arts, for providing the venue and very good logistical support. And other strategic partners, the KTN, Sublime Magazine, All Party Sustainable Resources Group, BSI, IET, and Covenant 2022. Different series of numbers there to organise well. We hope we're going to sort of build on the success of the conferences over the years. And in fact, I was just totting it up. And in the 21 years, we've had around about 3,000 delegates from 50 to 60 countries, and about 800 speakers. And always, you look at things back in time, if we knew where we are now, we would do things differently. So if we could have harvested all that information, it would be an even better experience. So anyway, without further ado, I will pass you across to Simon Ofield-Kerr, who is the Vice Chancellor of University for the Creative Arts, for the opening presentation.
Thank you very much, Martin. It just remains for me to wish you an enjoyable and productive conference. I have no doubt that the presentations, discussions and networking, as in previous years, that are going to take place over the next 2 days will make a critical contribution to the ongoing development of sustainable innovation and design. Thank you. Thank you to Martin for the pleasure of working together over the last 5 years. Thank you very much.
We've seen, in my opinion, over those 21 years, a sort of general greening of business. Perhaps the significant proportion of that change has been more incremental, more pervasive, but I think we're seeing the first indications of much more radical innovation, particularly with Elon Musk's Gigafactory. And in the new movie that Leonardo DiCaprio has launched just recently on climate change, Musk came out with a statement that we could power the world on 100 gigafactories. He's got enough on his plate with one, but we're seeing much more radical innovation emerge.
Resources matter. Resources are really scarce. They were scarce during the war. They're scarce now. We want to make the most that we possibly can with what we've got. And recycling will get us a ways, but it doesn't necessarily get us all of the way.
If we want to achieve the circular economy, it has to look into the over 12R. And when we go down to the bottom, it's further is difficult. And also, you have to start to engage global supply chain, including reskill your people, and you have to talk to your manufacturer, your customer, and you have to your supplier all over the world. So that's how we talk about scale of the circular economy. This is challenge. We have to work together, east, west, south, and north.
And the other bit of context is really to show you the challenge that exists very specifically to HP. So as the previous company, Hewlett-Packard, we were the first global IT company to do a full carbon footprint on our entire value chain. And the slide below, behind me, shows you kind of where the big impacts are in relation to HP's carbon footprint.
On the content of the world's first standard on implementing circular economy principles in organisation, to be presented by Phil Cumming, who wears a variety of hats.
Speak to you about BS 8001, which launched today for public comment, and supported by Martin Hunt from Forum for the Future, who's going to talk a little bit about some of the testing and piloting work we did around the standard.
home, if you haven't brought a circular economy object, can I get a show of hands for who has got a circular economy object with them, please?
Oh.
Alright, so can I have a show of hands for the people who've got objects? How many of them are actually phones?
Which is called the Reuse Atlas and subtitled The Designer's Guide Towards a Circular Economy. And what I've done is look at case studies that do consider recycling and reuse. Because I know if you hear Michael Braungart speak about the circular economy in Cradle to Cradle, he'll dismiss, quite rightly, recycling and reuse as just slowing down the inevitable.
Today I'm here to talk about Trash and Cash in my role as Work Package 8 leader, which is for communications. As a textile designer, I find it quite weird that I've ended up working essentially in the communication design field. But it's because we're textile designers who have, in the last few years, been strategizing in companies, trying out ideas and understanding that what we need to do is build bridges, communicate, and come up with common language, common goals, ways in which we can make design actually work in these companies.
One activity, you know, this kind of soft.
Hi, I'm Chris. Yeah, I'm your sort of run-of-the-mill bunny hugger, tree hugger guy. I work for a global animal welfare organisation called Wild Animal Protection, and I'm based in our London office, and I manage a campaign called Sea Change, which is all around the problem of lost and discarded fishing gear, which is basically this pile of nets that you see here. So yesterday we heard about 640,000 tonnes, which is a very, very conservative estimate, likely to be far more than that. That's the fishing gear that's entering our seas each year around the world. People guess that around 600 years is the degrading time of a net underwater, so that problem has a really long lifespan attached to it.
What we do is this kind of project. Well, what we do is go and look what we find at the beach, and we have a survey form that basically looks at a 100-metre stretch, and we survey everything that is there. So whether it's a fishing net, whether it's plastic bottles, plastic pieces, everything kind of gets recorded in this 100-metre stretch. The volunteers, and it's volunteer-led, then tend to go off and clean the rest of the beach because they hate seeing dirty beaches.
So at MCB we get the majority of our fish from the local inshore fishing fleet, which is small boats such as this one, under 10 metres. More often than not, one, maybe two, maximum sort of 3-man crews. And these vessels are gill netters, hook and line fishers. They're often considered the most sustainable, the most responsible, but they're also the most pressed in terms of economy. You can see that they're 3/4 of the fishing fleet in the EU, yet they employ 50% of the workforce and only land 12% of the value of fish. So they actually employ an incredibly large amount of people without, but they are pressed economically. And that's one of the reasons why ghost gear is such an issue, because as you can see, some of the indirect causes like expensive disposal facilities.
Most people don't want to look like the patchwork.
Co-founders of a company called Vareo. We're focused on creating innovative solutions to the growing problem of ocean plastic pollution. We started really just as 3 friends living all around the world, sharing a common passion for the ocean and ocean sports, and just not being able to get away from this growing problem of ocean plastic pollution. And we kind of got obsessed over it, where we looked into why it was getting out there and how serious of a problem it was. Unfortunately, as I'm sure we're all aware now, It is a global problem. Every year, 8 million tons of plastic pollution is entering our oceans. But the good news is it's solvable.
So I'm going to touch on our story, what we do. It's been very, very interesting to hear all the other talks this afternoon about the ocean, plastics and innovations. And following on from after that, I was very much connected to a lot of what people have been talking about. But I'm going to be telling the story from a designer's perspective and a brand perspective, and a holistic approach to design and how that can connect with nature and people as a whole. This is what we do. We make men's swim shorts. We've been doing it for 5 years. I do it with a business partner of mine called Ali. And when we started the business, it was all about doing one thing well and to create a product that we could enjoy in the environment that we loved. It wasn't about being the most environmental or changing massive perceptions in sustainability or consumer practices. We just wanted to do one thing well. So
let's be honest here. We live in troubled times, whether it's climate change, whether it's the loss of species, whether it's fighting over resources. I don't think I have to convince anyone in this room that it's a tough time to be out there. And dear God, do we create a lot of waste and a lot of plastic waste. But do not despair. And I look at this room, I don't see a room of despair, I see a room of hope. We have an opportunity here. We have an opportunity to turn what is a negative into a positive. You guys saw these yesterday, they're the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And I think they're a great framework for governments, businesses, NGOs, and everyone to look at how we're going to tackle problems such as climate change, education, and poverty. The key question here is how do we go from the conversations to action? In the words of Elvis, how do we make a little less conversation, a little more action, please?
Finally closing, we need positive visions that people buy into in terms of that's where we're going. We don't want the doomsday scenarios, we want a positive way which is focused on innovation solutions whilst being aware of the challenges. We can't sweep those challenges under the carpet. I'll shut up now. I will say thank you to all the delegates. I'd say thank you to all the speakers. And she never comes in when I ask to. I say thank you to Roz. Never yet. And thank you to Amanda, not here also. Scott and Rhiannon, thank you. And also Nicoletta, who you probably didn't see, but she was here yesterday. So thanks very much. Happy journeys home. See you at some stage in the future. Okay, bye.